this was one of the most inspiring stories I've ever heard. And if any of you in the audience feel like your life is tougher than maybe some of the people on stage, maybe not tougher than David Vu's, but or if you have like struggles, or maybe English isn't your first language, maybe you grew up somewhere outside of America or Europe, where you feel like it's a disadvantage for online business, or whatever struggles, disadvantages you think you have, I promise you there's someone out there that has 100 times more, and they've managed to fight and crawl their way up through hard work and dedication to become their own boss. And up next, we have someone who could have been destined to a life making $5 an hour as a Filipino VA, which most of the people in the country, that's their average salary. And that's what her job was, to becoming her own boss and hiring her own Filipino VAs. Imagine that for leveling up. I'm so proud to introduce our next speaker, Brenwall. Woo!
Thanks, Johnny. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I have to say that. How's everyone doing? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. How's everyone doing? That's better. I just want to say thank you to Johnny and Cody for inviting me to be today's one of the speaker. And I just want to say thank you to Jam, my Filipina girl right there. I'm very excited to be here. And I'm very fucking nervous. Can I swear? Yeah, okay. Today is not just all about the speakers. It's about everybody. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to meet some of you after the event. So, does anybody here has a Filipino VA? Or an Asian VA, or Malaysian, Indian, Thai? Well, I'm representing the VAs. And I just want to give them a shout out. And I think they deserve a round of applause. So for all the VAs out there, assistant, good job. So, who am I and why you should listen to me? Well, my name is March. I'm a Filipina. I grew up in a small town in southern Philippines. So today, the theme is leveling up. Today, I'm going to share you my story of how I started to work as an employee to my dad's mining company. That's the mining place in one of the mountains of the Philippines. That time, when we say that time, that was like 16 years ago. There's no internet yet in that mountain. Even to get a phone reception was really quite a pain in the ass. Like, we had to walk up in the mountain just to send that message. So, you know how it feels like, right? You're like, why you no send, right? So our communication that time was the walkie-talkie. So you can imagine how hard it is. Fast forward to today, I own a growing online business called MarchFifth. I'm selling fashion jewelry to women all over the world. Here are a few of my jewelry that are selling. And here's one of my favorite. It says, it's not who you are that holds you back. It's who you think you're not. Never, never give up. That is like one of my best-selling necklaces. So a little bit story about me and my family. That's my family, my dad. That's my daughter right there. That's my brothers. I grew up to a small-time miner and a plain housewife. My dad was from a very poor family. He used to walk barefoot, hardly eat just to acquire elementary and high school education. After he married my mom, he told himself that there's no way that I'm going to let my family experience poverty. So with his determination, hard work, he able to make it to the competitive world of gold mining business. So, my dad passed away 2 years ago, and it's still hard for me to talk about him. But he is my motivator. He was my rock. He used to say that owning your own business is the only way to enjoy true freedom. So back in the Philippines, me and my siblings, we have our own businesses. I used to own a clothing store, physical store. And my siblings, they have their own physical businesses in our local town. So the priority is to be your own boss. And that time, I didn't know anything about online business. I didn't know anything that you can make money on Facebook. All I know that I can take picture, post it on Facebook, and be popular. So how did a small-town Filipina girl with zero knowledge about online business standing in front of you and sharing her success? Well, let's go back 6 years ago. Back in the Philippines, in Davao, a friend of mine introduced me to this small group of entrepreneurs in Davao led by Justin and Joe from Empire Flippers. I know that they have businesses online, and I know that they're making tons of tons of money online. And as an entrepreneur, I was so curious. I was like, heck yeah, I wanna travel, you know. But then none of the Filipinas that time, the girlfriends and the wives, are, correct me if I'm wrong, I know they will send me a message later, that kind of like interested into doing online business. So I was like, okay, all these foreigners, all these Americans, all these, they're mostly Americans. For sure, they figure it out. A Filipina like me, I won't be able to make it. So I scratched the idea of having my own online business. But it all changed when I met my husband 4 years ago back in Davao. So Mark and I fell in love with each other. He moved to the Philippines for 6 months just to see our relationship will work. After 4 months, he told me that he wants to resume traveling again, and this time he wants me to travel with him. And that time, my biggest two main concern, what I'm gonna do while he is working. And second, how I'm going to generate money while we are traveling. I just don't want to accept money from him, have an allowance or something like that. So Mark came up with the idea and hired me as his assistant. I remember my job description that time: find photos, post it on Facebook, reply to comments on Facebook. Boom! That even my 10-year-old daughter can do it. It's a no-brainer. When she told me, Mom, what do you do for a living? I work online. What do you mean? So I gave her the job that, my first job description. So everybody can do that. We tried it for our first month while we're still in the Philippines, and I remember I made $250. I know for sure for everybody it's just nothing. But for a Filipino, man, that's a lot of money for us. So I told myself, $250, that's not bad. I will just find photos, reply to comments. And then, January 13, 2014, we left the Philippines, moved to Chiang Mai. My online business venture started 1 year after we moved to Chiang Mai from the Philippines. It was such an eye-opener for me. I did not realize that this online world is real, that you can really make money online. I was, I mean, digital nomads, they're just everywhere. You go to different gatherings, they're just everywhere. You go to CrossFit, they're there. You go to Zumba, they're there. Every gatherings, there's always a digital nomads. And I remember when we got here, January 19, 2014, I went to my first meetup. And there's a lot of people from Dynamite Circle that time. And they were talking about drop shipping, Amazon, ROI. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell are they talking about? I feel so stupid. I was like, you know what? If I want to step up my game, I have to learn all these things. So, being a digital nomad is the exact opposite of Fight Club. Because the first rule of being a digital nomad is you always talk about being a digital nomad. It's crazy. I was in a coffee shop, and this guy, I was in my laptop. And I was just working as my first job description, finding photos, replying to comments. And this guy, he was like, hey, are you a digital nomad? I was like, what the hell is digital nomad? I went home, Googled it. I'm like, oh, all right. So, what really motivated me the most was when I started meeting all these successful women's entrepreneurs. They just motivate me to be who am I today. This is the first Dynamite Circle in Bangkok that I attended to. And then I was just like blown away. This is a Dynamite Circle in Barcelona that I attended to. These are like lady bosses. And I told myself, you know what? I will quit my job as Mark's VA or assistant. And I will start my own business. For that 1 year, my job description changed tremendously. From finding photos, replying to comments, to understanding Facebook ads, customer service, email marketing, and selling t-shirts on Teespring. And it was like amazing. I was so excited. I was like, my God, this is just a crazy world. So how did I start my own business? This is in Da Nang. Oh, anyway. So each entrepreneur, I know we can all relate. We join Facebook groups. We subscribe to different newsletters. And I'm no different. So one morning, I was in my Facebook, and this Facebook live chat from screwthe9to5.com appeared in my newsfeed. And they were discussing about the 5 stages of building an online business. And the reason why I'm sharing this, because whether you're a beginner, whether you're a pro, you're a big timer, or you're just starting, I think it's good to know where you are to your business right now and what's next for you. So this one really helps me a lot. So the first stage is the grind, or what I call the donkey work. This is a stage where you just quit your 9 to 5 and thinking about this digital nomad lifestyle. That's the grind. You just bought a ticket one way to Chiang Mai. That's the grind. You just purchased your first domain, setting up your website, finding your niche. That's the grind. This is the stage where you're doing everything for the first time. So what's the grind for me? The grind for me was when I was thinking I will sell my product, my first product, in Amazon. And I did watch a few videos, and after doing some research, I realized that Amazon is not for me. So I dig a little bit deeper, and at that time, it seems like drop shipping was the perfect startup for me. And when I was doing some research to find my niche, some people say, go with your passion. Sell something that you're passionate at. Some people say, sell something that is in the market right now, that is selling in the market right now. But you have to listen to your guts. You have to be open-minded to opinions, but do not listen. So I told myself that I will sell jewelry, fashion jewelry for women, because there's a time that was like I'm very passionate at. I did buy my first domain. And I remember that moment when I bought my first domain. That was March 5th. That's my birthday. And I told myself, this domain will change my life forever. I know that's very dramatic, but I was really like, with just my domain, I had a high hope already there. I mean, that's a big accomplishment for me already. And I think that time, because I decided that I want to do drop shipping, I was torn between, should I drop ship from China or should I drop ship from US seller? Because that time, I know for sure that I just want to target US customers. So, and I didn't really want to stay with drop shipping. I just want to test the product. And drop shipping was the perfect tool that you can do that. So I decided to drop ship from the US seller, found a supplier, we agreed with the prices. And I think this is the most fun part for me when I was setting up my website. I was in Bali. I was setting up my website in one of the swimming pool in Bali, and that was like the most fulfilling moment of my life. I mean, I was so proud of myself. I did it on my own, I mean, I don't have any talent. I'm not a coder or whatever, but I made my first website, and I told myself, I'm ready for the next stage, which is the hustle. The hustle is when your website is running. Products, descriptions, everything are there. You're ready to accept sale. Your social media are ready. Facebook, Instagram, everything is ready there. And this is the part as well. If you're not selling an ecommerce, you're trying to get your own brand name there. Selling courses. This is the part as well where you're applying for a guest post for a podcast. So what's the hassle for me? The hassle for me was when I was starting growing my Instagram account. That time, I didn't launch my website yet. I mean, for me that time, I was like, I need to find an audience to sell my product. So you need to find something that works for you. Because this kind of method works for me, like really works for me. So I started following people. And that time, I know I did try to use some app on Instagram that will boost your followers. And this is just my opinion. I don't think they're real followers. And that time, my main goal is just to get real followers on my Instagram. You have to remember as well that the most time-consuming involving a new online business is trying to get your brand or your name out there. It's not easy. There's no shortcut. You just have to be patient. So I did that for 1 month. My website is not up and running. I did follow and follow on Instagram, hoping that they will follow me back, hoping that they will like my product. After 1 month, I gathered 2,000 real followers on Instagram. And when I started posting my photos of my product, and when people started commenting, oh, where we can buy this, they start tagging their friends, I was like, that was my cue there. I need to launch my website. August 30th, 2015, that was the most scariest moment of my life. Clicking that launch. I did launch my website that day. After that, I went to my Instagram and sent all the people who commented on my Instagram photos a private message telling them that, hey, my website is up and running and you can buy this necklace, bracelet, or whatever to my website. 6 hours after, no sale. I was so disappointed. I was so sad. But there's visitors. So I was so happy. Like, yeah. They made an effort to click my website. And that's a lot for me. That was a validation that I caught their attention. 8 hours after, I was ready to go to bed. And I was like, okay, just one more. I opened my laptop and boom, first sale. Woo! First sale. I remember that moment, $43. That's legit, man. Like $43. I mean, I'm making $200, $300 for a month. $40 for one night. I was running, I was jumping, I was like a baby. And I think we should never, ever forget that moment in our life. I was so happy. $43. I went to bed very, very happy. The next day, I woke up with 2 sales. So for one day, I made $73. So I did drop shipping for 1 month. The first photo there, the top, that's my first month. Drop shipping from US seller. All organic. It was a very tedious work for me. I was doing it on my own. Finding all these people on Instagram, joining Facebook groups that related to my niche, and posting to those groups, not as the owner of the company, but as someone who purchased from that company. So, I have to find something. Because that time I was like, I don't know anything about Facebook ads. And I don't have money to do Facebook ads. I don't have a budget for that. So I need to be creative. So that 1 month, $2,040, that's the revenue. And I made like $1,200 to $1,300 profit for me. And I was like, I can do this every day. I can follow all these people every day. I fucking don't care. I have that money in my bank. That was such a big accomplishment. So I did try drop shipping. After 1 month, I told myself that, I'm not going to try drop shipping. My goal is to create my own brand, my private brand. So I found out for that 1 month which product are selling. So I started outsourcing them from China, ship it here to Chiang Mai, and assemble them myself. Ship from Chiang Mai all over the world. So for the second month, that's the 2,500. I'm still doing drop shipping that time because my product from China is still not here in Chiang Mai that time. And finally, after 2 months, all the products that I need, I remember even my packaging that time, it was just, I forgot to put a picture, but it was just like those small paper bag. It was really crappy. But that time, I don't care. I really don't care. I didn't know anything about how long will it take shipping from here to all over the world. I didn't know that. I was just like, I want to get my brand name out there. MarchFifth to all over the world. And I did it. I did it, and I had fun doing it. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next step, which is the engine. The engine this is where you already built your audience. You're trying to grow your social media influence that time. You have at least like 10,000 followers on social media. I don't know how long will it take you to get that 10,000 followers, but at least you have that 10,000 followers in all your social media. I mean, put them all together. That's what I meant. And this is the time as well that you should start hiring VA. People that will help you to improve your business. And what's the engine for me? I think the engine for me, that was the most hardest part of my business. If you see here, that was the first one, that was Thanksgiving. I made my first 6,000 Thanksgiving with just organic sales. And my husband and I decided that we want to travel to Europe. And my business that time was just 4 months. And if I want to travel to Europe and enjoy my moment there with my husband, I have to start hiring a VA. So I know as an entrepreneur, we have this thing that we want to control everything. You know, we always think that we are the best, that no one can ever do things right except we will do it again. So I told myself, if I want to be a real entrepreneur, if I want to grow, if I want to be a successful entrepreneur, I have to learn to trust the people around me. And who knows, maybe they can do better than me. So I decided to hire my first VA. I thought it was just the most exciting part because I was the VA. I don't know how to talk to them, you know? It's like, shit, this is the moment that this is really getting real. I have my own VA, and I was just an assistant before. That was the highlight of my journey. And I talked to a few people. I was even gonna hire a team in the Philippines to do my Instagram, my social media. After talking to them, obviously, as being a control freak, I was like, no. There's no way that I'm going to hire a VA. There's no way that I'm going to tell them what to do on Instagram. There's no way that they're going to find out my secret. So what I did, I hired my sister and my brother's wife. I wasn't sure if it was a good idea, but deep in my heart, I know they have my best interest. You know, they want the best for me. So I hired my sister and my brother's wife to manage all my social media and Instagram. And I hired my first Thai person to take over my job, assembling my accessories, go to the post office, and fulfill them. And I think that was the best decision I ever made as an entrepreneur, to let go of that control. You just have to trust your team, or else you will not grow. So I was like, okay, I have this. We went to Europe, and I was making consistently $6,000 a month with organic sales. My husband told me that, why don't you hire someone to do your Facebook ads? I mean, you're killing it. You know, with just organic, just imagine if you have your Facebook ads and with organic, you know, you will go to the next level. And I told him, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I can. I have the money already for the Facebook ads. I have the money to hire for people already to do my Facebook ads. They're not cheap. But that time, I told myself I will give me and my team and my company 1 year. 1 year, that time it wasn't money for me anymore. It was about having fun. We tend to forget to have fun. We always think about strategy, you know, what's next to make million monies. We tend to forget to have fun. And that time I was really having fun. I was telling my assistant here in Chiang Mai that she can create her own jewelry. I will post it on my website, and if we're going to make a sale, I will give her a percentage. So that was me motivating my people, because that time it wasn't just about the money. So I told myself 1 year, and we did that. We made almost 6-figure for that 1 year, just organic sale. And that was such a big accomplishment for me and for my team. So January 1st, 2017, that's the time that I decided to hire a professional to do my Facebook ad. This is the time of the year that I will hire someone to do my email marketing. Oh, by the way, I don't have email marketing. And my website is the most ugliest, I guess. But hey, it's working. It's making me money. But I committed myself that this year I will hire people and accept the things that I cannot do and accept the things that I cannot control. So I hired professionals. And, we're starting seeing some sales. And hopefully, I am very, very positive that I can make it to my goal. And hopefully, I'll be able to go to the next stage, which is the profit. This is the stage where I call it vacation mode. Like you don't have to worry about waking up in the morning, getting sales, all your running paid traffic, generating sales. And this is the time I hope that I'll be hiring a manager so I can just be somewhere and enjoy that moment with my husband. So this is my goal for 2017. 2017 is the money-making year for me. What I mean by that is I have a big goal this 2017. I'm hoping that I'll be able to make it for at least, 5-figure in a month, and hopefully me and my siblings, I talked to them about it, and I want them to be on board with this online business. Hopefully by the end of February, we'll be able to launch our 2 e-commerce store. So right now, I have 2 e-commerce store running. The first one is the MarchFifth, and the other one is all drop shipping. And hopefully this year, we'll be able to travel at least 4 new countries. And I just want to... Oh. It's gone. It's stuck. Sorry. It's not doing anything. Okay. So, leveling up. 2 years ago, my husband was one of the speakers here. And that's me in the picture. I was just one of the model for one of his products. And leveling up, I'm here. I think that is just a big accomplishment to be just in one of this, what do you call this one? Projector. To be standing here in front of you. So how, he told me not to mention his name or to post his picture. Because he was like, it's all about you. But hey, I need to give credit to someone who really believed in me and really pushed me. So that's my husband right there. Hi, baby. Thank you. So to wrap this up, there was one post on Digital Nomads Facebook. He asked, what one advice would you give to other nomads? I think it's a very good question. I don't know if he's here right now. He is? Oh, hi. Sorry. I think it's a very good question. It's a very valid question. And once you scroll down to comments, there were like a lot of good comments there. And also, there are a lot of negative people as well. There one guy that really caught my attention. He was like, drop shipping is a joke. Like, fuck you. When I'm nervous, I swear a lot. I mean, where are you now? Like, it works. You just need to find something that works for you. We don't need all those negativity right now with all the world, all the things that are happening in the world right now. So what's my advice? Whether you like it or not, I will give an advice. I still do believe that Chiang Mai is the place for digital nomads. for digital entrepreneur, bloggers, writers, whatever you call yourself. I do believe that there are genuine people here that are willing to help you to step up your game, to level up. You just need to find those people. Go to some gatherings. You know, if you're an introvert, then you are introvert. But the reason why you're here in Chiang Mai and sitting there because you want to try this digital nomad lifestyle. And for you to be able to do that is you have to network. And also you have to learn to dream big. Think big and go for it. I mean, the world is a big place. You will be surprised of how many people shop online. So don't be afraid to share your products. Because there's always something for everybody. I'm not afraid to share my product. If you want to copy it, I fucking don't care. Just make it work. Find something. Make it better. You know? But it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. If someone will tell you that, oh, I made money online, it's so easy. Fuck you again. It's not. I mean, whatever lies that they're saying, it's not easy. But don't think for a second that you are alone. Back up yourself with like-minded people who has the same goal as you. And I'm so lucky that I have the people in my life here in Chiang Mai and all over the world. This is in Barcelona last year. I'm just so grateful that I have all these people. You know, when I'm successful, happy, we celebrate it together. When I don't know anything, I will ask these people. They will not judge me. So you need to find that circle and stop listening to those people that this will not work, this will not work. As what I said, be open to opinions, but do not listen. You have to find what works for you. So to everybody who just got here in Chiang Mai, beginners trying to do this digital nomad lifestyle, welcome. Welcome. Do not forget to enjoy the process. Enjoy the ride. It's the world full of knowledge. Thank you, everybody.